Hello everyone, welcome back to your own channel Quantum Math. Today we are going to complete our chapter number 2, which is banking. So let's begin. So in this video we are going to cover understanding when and why n becomes a quadratic problem, because we are going to solve the problems where time period is not given, and once time period is not given, it becomes a quadratic equation. Why it becomes a quadratic equation, you will get to know in some time. So setting up and solving those quadratic equations to find n, and distinguishing between finding n when interest is given versus when maturity value is given. Tackle all or some board level hard problems which are in the chapter 2. So let's begin with this formula first. What is the formula to find the interest? Here is for recurring deposit, I equal to P multiplied by n into n plus 1 divided by 2 into 12 multiplied by rate of interest divided by 100. So here, if n is missing, what happens? This becomes n multiplied by n plus 1, which will be equal to n square plus n, correct? So that's why whenever there is a variable only with power 1, this is a linear equation, and we can solve it easily. However, whenever a variable has a power 2, it becomes a quadratic equation, and we need factorization to solve it, right? How we are going to do it, let's see in some of the problems which are listed below. The first problem says Meena has a continued deposit of 340 rupees per month at 6% per annum. She gets 7,157 at maturity. Find the total time. So what happens whenever n is missing? It becomes a quadratic equation. So whatever is given, first we will write whatever values are given here. P is given per month. She is paying how much? 340, and R is given as 6%. Maturity value is given as 7157. Okay. And we are finding n. Got it? So one more thing which is very crucial to find anything is I, because most of our formulas are depending on this I, interest. So how much interest? That is also not there. So how will you solve such problems? Yeah, this is another level of banking when you have to find time period. Okay, so we'll use the RD formula, and let's solve this problem. We don't have any direct formula to find n, p, r, right? We have a formula to find the interest. So let's begin with the interest formula itself. Interest is not given, I. P is given 340 multiplied by n is not given. So you will write n as it is, n into n plus 1 divided by 2 by 12 is already there, multiplied by r. R is nothing but 6% divided by 100. If you solve everything, you will get final value as, you have to cancel this, right? This 2 times, this 1 time, 2 into 2, 4, this 1, this 0 gets cancelled, this 0 gets cancelled, this 17 times, right? 17 by 20. What is remaining here? 17 divided by 20 multiplied by n into n plus 1. n into n plus 1. This is something which is equal to I here. One more formula we have to find I. What is that? Maturity value minus what is the total deposits they have done. Total deposits you will get by P into n, right? 340 n. N you don't know. What is the time period? Again you have to write n as it is. So interest, and this is also interest. Can we equate both the equations here? Right. So MV value 7157 minus 340n is given. So let I equal to this, take it as equation number 1, and this one let us take it as equation number 2. Since both of them are related to interest, so we can equate 1 equal to 2, right? 1 equal to 2. You can write directly If you multiply this 17n square, 17 into n square plus 17n whole divided by 20. This is something you can write. Okay. What is it? Yeah. So let's write it 7157, or first we can write 17n square plus 17n divided by 20 equals 7157. This is our second equation, minus 340n. Got it? So 20 goes there, and if you can see 17 is common. 17, this directly goes to divides it by 20, right? 17 20 are 340, and 7157 is also divisible by, if you check, it is divisible by 421. So we can take common at 17 and divide everything. Once you divide by 17, you will get 20 goes there, and everything becomes n square plus n equal to 421 multiplied 421 minus 20n whole multiplied by 20. Okay, whole multiplied by 20. So this becomes n square plus n is here, and this is how much? 400n. Minus 400n comes this side and become plus, right? So 400 plus 1 is 401n equal, then equal, or you can write 421 into 20 is 8420, which is coming here and becoming negative 8420 equal to 0. Now this is a quadratic equation, and you have to find this quadratic equation in such a way that if you multiply, you should get how much? Negative 8420, and if you add, you should get 401. We have seen this number right here, 421 multiplied by 20. This is the only answer in front of you. You can write plus 421 n multiplied by negative 20n. If you multiply both, you will get 8420 n square, right? This is how you split it, right? So once you split 401 as 421 minus 20, you will get n values are as, you should know how to do the factorization here from grade 9. That's why I'm not doing all the steps here. Let's focus on the main part here. So n value, you will get negative 421. You can't take that because negative number of terms you don't have to pay. You have only positive, which is 20. So 20 months of time will give you how much? Maturity value 7157 with the 6% rate of interest. Hope this is clear to you. Got it? Let's move on to the next problem. Kavita has continued deposits at bank. She is depositing 600 per month and gets 616y at maturity. So 6% per annum is the rate of interest. Find the total time. N is missing here. So again, if n is missing, what will you do? You have to do the same formula. I both times take equation 1 and 2 and compare it and get the value of n by factorizing. Same steps will be followed. Try to do it now. Pause the video and tell me the answer. Okay, if you have got the answer n equal to 10 months, then you are correct. The answer for this will be n into 10 months. This is the time frame. Moving on to the next problem. Suresh deposits 2000 per month in a recurring deposit. Bank pays 8% per annum. He gets 1040 as interest at maturity. So whatever is given now, we will write it down. So we have the p value. P value is 2000. and the rate of interest is how much? 8%, and he gets maturity value as 1040. We are finding n. What is number of months? What's the time period to get that value? Here, one more thing. Sorry, maturity value is missing here. He is getting interest as 1040. At maturity, the interest is 1040. Got it? So now we'll use the same formula here, which is I equal to P multiplied by n into n plus 1 divided by 2 into 12 multiplied by rate of interest is 8 divided by 100. Got it? So now these two zeros gets cancelled, and 2 and 2 will be cancelled. 10 divided by what is remaining here? N into n plus 1, 1040 equal to 2012 will go that side, otherwise, okay, this you can cancel more. 8 4 3s, this 2 times, okay. So 10, what is remaining here? 10 in 20 by 3, 20 divided by 3 into n plus 1. This is something which is remaining here. So 3 and 20 goes there and gets multiplied by 1040 multiplied by 3 divided by 20 equals n into n plus, or you can write n square plus n. So here this 0 gets cancelled, and what is remaining here? 252 into 3, 52 multiplied by 3, 6, 156 equal to n square plus n. This is the equation here. Okay, so you can write it like n square plus n minus 156 equal to 0. This is equation 1, right? So now directly we can factorize it. Factorization means if you multiply negative 156 into n square, what you will get? Negative 156 n square. If you split it in a way that if you multiply these two numbers, you should get 156, and if you add, you should get 1. How will you do that? There is a number 13 into 12. Okay, so you will write, as n is positive, you will write 13n positive and negative 12n. If you multiply 13 into 12, you will get 156, and if you add 13 minus 12, you will get 1n. So this is how you split it: n square plus 13n plus, sorry, minus 12n minus 156 equal to 0. Okay, so here n is common, n plus 13, here minus 12 is common, n plus 13. So after factorization, you will get n plus 13, n minus 12. So if you compare both the terms by 0, you will get n value as negative 13, which you will disregard because time period can't be negative, and n equal to positive 12, which you will consider because it is positive. So the number of months that he is paying, Suresh is paying, is 12 months of time. This is your answer. Understood? Simple, right? Good. Let's do one difficult type of problem for your board exam and finish this video. Okay. So what is given here in this problem? Amit deposited rupees 600 per month in recurring deposit at 12% per annum. He wants maturity amount of 11,826. Find the number of monthly installments. He knows what he wants, but he doesn't know how many months shall I continue. If a bank is given 12% per annum, so number of monthly installments he has to find out, and what is the total interest he gained, and what is the total amount deposited. These are the three things here we have to find out. Okay, so whatever is given here, let's write it down. P value is 600. P value is 600. Rate of interest is 12, and he wants the maturity value to be 11,826. 826. What are we finding? Number of installments, what is the interest, and what is the total money deposited, P into N. What is the total money deposited, P into N, we are finding. Right? So let's begin this with the same formula. I into I equal to, do you know I? No, that's why you'll keep it as it is. I equal to P multiplied by N into N plus 1 divided by 2 into 12 multiplied by R by 100. Here this two zeros gets cancelled, 6 and this 12 gets, sorry, 12 and 12 gets cancelled, this 2 and this 6, 2 ones, 2, 3 times, 2 3 times. This is very simple, right? It became 3 into N plus, so I equal to, if you multiply, you will get 3 times N squared plus 3 into N, 3 N. Got it? So are we missing anything? No. Okay, everything is sorted, nothing is there in the denominator. No. Great. So this is our first equation. If you compare it with our second equation, interest value is maturity value minus how much they have paid, P into N. So 600 N, right? So maturity value, you know, 11826 minus 600 N. Let this be our second equation. Since both the equations are representing I, we can compare them. So the quadratic equation becomes 3n square plus 3n plus equals you can write directly here, 600 comes here, becomes 600n, and this number comes here minus 11826 equal to 0. Got it? Everything can be divided by 3. You can see all are divisible by 3. So you write n square plus n plus 600 plus 3 is how much? 603. You can directly write 603 divided by 3. How much it will be? 201 n. Okay, minus, if you divide 3 3 is a 9, 3942. Okay, 3942 equal to 0. Now you have to factorize it in such a way that if you multiply, you should get 3942, and if you add, you should get 201. Not 3942, you should get negative 3942. This should be kept in mind. So what happens here? You multiply 219 by 18, you will get this value. Okay, so you split it in such a way, n square plus 219 multiplied by 18, you will get. So this last decimal is 2, right? So by which numbers you multiply? 7 8s are 9 8s are 72. So you have to make this logic. Negative 3942 n minus 18n minus 3942 equal to 0. Now you can take out n common. If you take out n common, what will remain? N plus 219 remains. And here 18 common, then n plus 219. So you know that you can't take n as negative 219, right? So the values that you are getting are n plus 219, n minus 18, right? So you can't take n as negative 219, you have to disregard negative values, but you can take n value as positive 18 because 18 equal to 1.5 years. So 18 months is the term that he has to pay, right? So one more thing we are finding here, which is the interest. How will you find the interest? Let's first write MV value. Sorry, interest equal to, you can put n here or you can put here in the second equation as well, 11826 minus 600 multiplied by, what is n? 18. Okay, so if you do the calculation, you will get 11826 minus 10,800. So it becomes, interest value will be given as rupees 1026. This is the value, interest, that is 8 lakh. Got it? So how much deposited? Yeah, P into N you can do. 600 multiplied by 18 months you do, you will get the total deposited value. That's it, right? It was only tricky part is the factorization. If you do factorization in the next chapters, you will understand. It's very simple and you can get the answer easily. But it's very important problems as far as your exams are concerned. So yeah, what we can do to, before ending this chapter, let's have a quick summary. Interest formula is, you can take a screenshot of this as well. Interest formula is I equal to P into N into N plus 1 divided by 2 into 12 multiplied by R by 100. You know what is P, N, R and I, right? Maturity value formula is P into N plus I. I you will get from the first formula. And if you are finding R, you can tweak the formula and get the answer, or you can just substitute everything then and there and you can switch sides to get the value of R. Same for P. Talking about n, you have to form a quadratic equation and you have to take, you have to factorize to get the n value and only take positive root, don't take negative root. Understood? This is banking for you in a nutshell. So let's focus on homework problems. You have got 6 homework problems here. You can take a screenshot, and also I have kept this in the description box as well. You can refer and you can write the answers in comments. You have question from 2003, 21 and 25. So many question banks are also referred here. So you use it, you will get to know different types, variety of problems which are there in this chapter. So that's it guys. Thanks for watching. Like the content, subscribe to this channel and share since you care. Thank you so much. Bye. Have a good evening.